Hey students, this video is to give you a little intro and to how to get using StatCrunch in your work in MyStatLab. So we're looking at the home page for MyStatLab, and on the left here, for example, you can see there's a tab for StatCrunch. Now if you click on that tab for StatCrunch, you have a couple of options here. One is you could just go directly to the StatCrunch website. Also, there's a top link to view the data sets from your textbook in StatCrunch. So if I click on that, it'll give a list of the data sets by their name. These are used in the examples in the textbook and in the videos when they're working with a data set. So if you wanted to follow along with the example and try to do the same statistical analysis to see if you can get the same results yourself that they're getting in examples, then this would be a good place to open up those data sets in StatCrunch to try to do that. For example, if I look at the top one, body data, this is used in some of the early examples. If I click on that, table of values, that data set, which we can now see on the screen, opens up in StatCrunch ready to be analyzed. And we have columns of all sorts of different types of data about the body of people: age, gender, pulse, cholesterol levels, all kinds of things. So there are some examples where they use this data to practice doing statistical analysis, and then you can open up the same data in StatCrunch to try to do that yourself. All right, so but let's take a look at the main ways that you will use StatCrunch. So first of all, to get started, you probably want to watch some tutorial videos. I'm going to try to shoot some videos along the way, like this one. But if you click over on the Tools for Success tab on the left, then the second category here is about StatCrunch. And there's a link there, the third link, that says StatCrunch Video Tutorials. So if I click on that, you'll see a big list of tons of videos, and they're all pretty short, 2 to 4 minutes, showing you how to do everything you can think of in StatCrunch. So this would be a great place. I'm not expecting anyone should go here and try to watch a bunch of these to get started, but there is, for example, some introductory videos at the beginning. And then as you progress in the class and we're learning about how to do new things, you can come back to this list to see how to do that new thing in StatCrunch and how to use StatCrunch to help you do that new task or that new skill we're developing. So this big list of videos is huge, and this is where I would suggest you familiarize yourself with how to get started using StatCrunch and where to go to get tutorial help in the future as to do things. All right, so having said that, if we go back to the main page here, so I'm going to click on Assignments, because the number one way you'll actually use StatCrunch as a tool in MyStatLab to help you do things is while you're working on assignments. So let's say I clicked on homework number 2, and I'll just click on the first problem. So from within problems and within assignments, and this goes for homeworks, quizzes, and your exams that we do in MyStatLab, StatCrunch is the primary tool we're going to use to help us do the problems. So looking at this problem, I'll point out that in question help, there's a link to StatCrunch. So you can click on this StatCrunch link and open up StatCrunch. And then it gives you a blank, there's no data in here, a blank table, but then you could go to do whatever you want in here. For example, later in the class, the problem will give you a couple of statistics results about something, and then you can open up in StatCrunch in order to do the statistical analysis using those results. So one of the ways to access StatCrunch from the problems is using the Question Help tab. Now, in this case, we have a problem where some data is given as well. They've given us a frequency distribution table. Now, when we have data itself or even a table of data results like this, one of the options that's often provided is there's a little icon in the upper corner here. It says Click to Copy Table. And if you click on that, it gives you choices as to how to copy the data. And one of the choices is to open in StatCrunch. So if I click on that, Now it opens up StatCrunch again, but this time the data from the problem has already been entered. And in this case, there were classes and frequencies because this was a frequency distribution table. I showed in another example video that I did over on number 11, you could also have a situation in which there's a whole table of data values. In this case, there were 100 data values given in the problem. And you can choose to open up that data in StatCrunch, and then all of those 100 data values are in there, and then you can proceed to do some analysis, as I showed in another example video. So that's what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you that when you are using MyStatLab, that from the home page, it could be that you want to watch some tutorial videos on how to use StatCrunch. You would do that by going to the Tools for Success, and then there's a link there to all of the instructional videos. If you want to open up one of the book's data sets because you saw it used in an example and you want to practice with that, then you can go to the StatCrunch link, and then one of the choices there is to view a data set in StatCrunch. You'd have to know the name of the data set or be able to figure it out from the example. But more commonly, while you're working on an assignment from within a problem, you can use the Help tab to open up StatCrunch, or if there's data given to you in the problem, there's typically a little link there to allow that data to be transferred over to StatCrunch so you can work from there. So I hope that helps, and good luck to everyone. Keep up the hard work.